Hey folks, Dave here, and welcome back to the Confederate Republic here in the winter, it looks like, of 1862. I'm actually not sure of the exact month here, but we're going to end this turn and see what's up next. In the last turn, we took a ton of territories there in the last episode, and now we're going to keep pushing north and northeast towards the Army of the Potomac, led here by 3 generals. They are quite desperate, it looks like. Looks like the Yankees have headed across the border and done some raiding. We've got some troops here in some farmland in Ohio. Light horse artillery, Pennsylvania Bucktails light infantry, regular light infantry, and then some dragoons. A pretty balanced expedition right there. To the north, we have an unbalanced force, a bunch of generals it looks like, including Grant and Sherman. They are still alive. And some volunteer infantry. Let's start things off here in April with some repairs here in Lancaster, Ohio, and then let's check out our history for this turn. In early 1862, the difference in manpower between the two sides becomes more noticeable. Whereas the Union consists of 23 states and 22 million people, the Confederacy of 11 states only has 9 million people, including 3.5 million slaves. President Jefferson Davis now announces that the South cannot win the war without conscription, and in April, the Confederate Congress passes the Conscription Act, which drafts white men between 18 and 35 into the Confederate Armed Forces for 3 years' service. So conscription has officially begun, but we are doing great as far as money goes with all this new territory. I've got 12,000 gold here, plenty to repair the damage from all these raids. Let me make sure that General Lee's Army of Northern Virginia is replenishing, which he is. And then let's build our engineer school. We're already getting a lot of unique infantry, as you guys can see here. But I want those last few units of cannon that I can't recruit just yet. New construction in Illinois and Michigan. Workers' riot in Minnesota. Oh yeah, it looks like... Yep, it's totally destroyed the water-powered cloth mill here, and that's going to be, oh wow, 3,000 almost to repair. Well, you guys don't need replenishing, but man, the population out here in Iowa and Minnesota is just not happy. What can I recruit here? Not much. I'll do one more 32-pounder. Or wait, no, that's 24-pounder howitzer. Even though the thumbnail says 32. And then some volunteer infantry.
Ready for orders.
And my raiders here out west are going north right towards the Nebraska territory. Hopefully this small force will be enough to actually take it. That will finish up my conquering of the Union's western territories. And a few of you guys were asking about Mexico. And while they're out of the way, that might be where I head next. I do know that in real life history, the Confederacy did look a bit south towards Mexico as a possible area of expansion because they were limited in territory compared to the Union. At least in real history. In my history, we're doing pretty well. I don't know though. Mexico is pretty friendly, so I really do wonder, guys, if I defeated the Army of the Potomac and took Washington, D.C., would the Union actually surrender?
Yes.
General Longstreet, you are behind enemy lines. Let's ambush General Picard here. And the army that's marching south from Pennsylvania.
Ready and awaiting orders.
Try and head off those reinforcements.
Victory will be ours.
Okay, great. They don't have any reinforcements available, so this should be a pretty clean mop-up. I think I'm just going to auto-resolve this one.
Victory!
We did lose 400, but their army is just about gone.
March.
And now I do need 1800 to actually finish up the replenishment there, and I don't have that. Tell you guys what, let's go out here. Cancel the recruitment in Iowa and Minnesota to get that army topped off again.
Yes.
There we go. Just enough. Now, as for these raiders, I think I'm gonna send General Mosby. Let's intercept those Yankee raiders and send them back across Union lines. Looks like some absolutely awful weather here on the battlefield. Now, Mosby's raiders here actually don't have any cannons with them. They're a quick reaction force, basically. So, I'm going to get my militia here on the road. Flank them with the volunteer infantry. And our Confederate engineers, I think, maybe on the far right flank with the volunteers. And then we do have, it looks like, 1 unit of regular infantry. That's not too bad. Where are you guys? Oh, there you are. 2 units of regular infantry. I'm going to put 1 right in the center where the militia was. And then you guys join the right flank here. Let's get 2 units of Mosby's raiders on the right. I'll put you guys into a group formation. And then I think we have some Texas Rangers. Yes, indeed. 2 units. You guys go on the left. And more regular infantry here for the far left. A thin line, but I want it to be mobile, so let's take a look at these Texas Rangers. Yep, they look the part. Mustaches, caps, and an angry look. Alright, where's the Yankees? Looks like they do have cannons. Okay. Mosby, I want you sending your raiders right up the back here. Texas Rangers move in. I want you guys taking these hillsides over here on the flank. Two units up the front, use the wall as cover. And 2 units on the right. Go ahead and just get into that field. That is a lot of cavalry. Wow. And we're going to get intercepted. I think, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do a cavalry charge with everything that I have until the rest of my troops can get up here into the fight. Gonna just try to envelop them on all sides. Buford's cavalry. They actually are a pretty strong unit there. Oh man, the bugling is terrible. Volunteer infantry, toggle plug bayonets. There we go. I want you guys to wade right in there. Confederate engineers, get in there too. And their general is dead. Infantry line up. You guys go ahead and charge in. I don't want to fire into this melee too much because that could get really messy for all my cavalry. After all, they're bigger targets, but let's see what I can do here. Ooh, Mosby's raiders are having a rough go of it. Let's make sure that General Mosby is pretty close here. Let's have him come up and join the fight. And there we go. Lines are breaking. Cavalry. Chase down survivors. We'll call this one a success, but that charge to take out those cannons and get the infantry injured cost us a lot of cavalry. Mainly from this 1st Regiment, the 21st of Dragoons, Confederate Mosby's Raiders. They took a lot of that, a lot of those injuries were just for them. I'm gonna guess that they were the unit that was head-on as that fight started. A definite victory, though, for the Confederacy once again. Actually, we didn't fare too bad, only lost 233. The Union lost 872 out of 969. Top kills for us. As expected, Mosby's Raiders at 190, Texas Rangers at 166.
Make ready.
Well, they're not quite gone yet, but that's a start. Okay, so everything is repairing and replenishing.
Sir, your orders?
What is this army up here doing with all these generals? The Union is falling apart. Except for in the east, where things are a bit crazy looking.
Onward!
If possible, I'm going to recruit a 2nd army here in Virginia. And if they breach my lines, my main territory is not well defended at all. Oh yeah, tons of new infantry back home here in West Texas. Let's send you guys north, I guess.
Immediately.
And then that will end our turn for now. Ah, the Union raids again. All kinds of raids, actually. Got some farmland here. But it is now May of 1862. Stonewall Jackson is killed. As Jackson and his staff are returning to their camp near Chancellorsville, Virginia on the evening of May 2nd, 1862, they are mistaken for a Union cavalry force by the 18th North Carolina Infantry Regiment, who shout, "Halt, who goes there?" but fire before receiving a reply. Frantic shouts by Jackson's staff are replied with the retort, "It's a damned Yankee trick, fire." A second volley is fired, and in all, Jackson is hit by 3 bullets, 2 in the left arm and 1 in the right hand, and several other men in his staff are killed, in addition to many horses. Darkness and confusion prevents Jackson from getting immediate care, and he is dropped from his stretcher while being evacuated because of incoming artillery rounds. Because of his injuries, his entire left arm is removed, amputated, and he's moved to a plantation to recover. They thought he was out of harm's way. Man, shot 3 times. That's awful. But his doctors did not realize he had the classic symptoms of pneumonia, complaining of a sore chest. And the doctors just thought that that was from his rough handling during the evacuation. So he was shot on May 2nd, and then he died on May 10th from complications from pneumonia. On his deathbed, as he becomes weaker, he remains spiritually strong, and General Lee sends him a message saying, "Give General Jackson my affectionate regards and say to him, he has lost his left arm, but I my right." As he dies, Jackson cries out in his delirium a number of infantry movement orders. He stops halfway through the orders, leaving them unfinished, but then smiles quietly and says, "Let us cross over the river and rest under the shade of the trees," which were his last words. A pretty tragic end for one of the South's best generals. Building constructed, state capital in Illinois. And a rebellion in Iowa and Minnesota. It looks like we have some Yankee sympathizers out here in the West, and they've actually raised a decent army here. We've got a lightning brigade of dragoons, volunteer infantry, line infantry, rangers, Union 54th Massachusetts, and a Union Gatling gun. And workers are on strike and quite angry here in Ohio.
Your humble servant.
Interestingly, Stonewall Jackson really can't move very far. I think that's because of all of his artillery. I'm going to keep upgrading these state capitals because it's going to be hard to keep the population happy with how fast we are conquering territory. I'll have Mosby's raiders here finish off these Union raiders in our territory.
Onward.
There we are.
Forward, march.
And I am going to cancel the State House here in Ohio because no one can get there to reinforce it.
Make ready.
General Jackson can actually reach this random army of generals, though.
Victory will be ours.
Let's auto-resolve and take them out.
Proud and victorious.
38 men lost.
Immediately.
Strange. Alright, replenishment for you guys, and then march back to Detroit.
March.
And we'll try to reinforce Ohio, which I think we're going to probably lose in this next turn. My next question is, can I recruit any more generals here in Virginia? Because, yeah, things are not looking good. I'm not seeing any generals, just some unique infantry. Strange, do I have all of my commanders in the field already? I mean, I might. I do have a lot of forces moving out in the west here. probably a lot more than I actually need.
Sir. Prepare the troops for battle.
Oh, we're gonna have a fight here in the Nebraska territory. They actually have a garrison, a small one, and some troops with experience too.
At the ready.
I have a lot of volunteer infantry, but I also have some cannons. That may prove to be the key to my victory against General McDowell out here in the west. One more check for any possible generals that I can recruit. In St. Louis, nothing. Illinois, nothing.
Sir. Your orders? At the ready.
Got Mosby and Jackson here in the center, but only Lee and his Army of Northern Virginia in the east. Of course, not counting General Longstreet, who is behind enemy lines right now. Well, with no generals available, I will at least recruit more infantry. Confederate sharpshooters. Yeah, let's get some of those for sure. And I'm going to give that group of volunteer infantry one of my cannons here. One of the howitzers.
Make ready. Any further orders? March!
And then I will build a 24-pounder howitzer to replace it for Lee's army.
Ready for orders.
Okay, General Longstreet. March towards Philadelphia
By the left.
and see
March.
what they have. A good garrison, it looks like,
Sir.
but
Your orders?
just a few random troops out here in the east. Honestly, guys, the Union has not done well on their defenses. I have hit them so aggressively that they really haven't had time to breathe, and they haven't been able to afford the armies that they need to stop all my advances. But if scattered, this is an impressive amount of troops here in the east, and I actually am a bit worried about it, especially with them burning farms in Virginia already. Next up, though, for 1862, let's try and take out this rebellion.
And wine to the slaughter.
They're going to engage, and we're going to fight it out on the battlefield. Well, we had some nasty, cold, rainy weather for the last fight, and it looks like this is approaching some blizzard conditions right here. Let's keep General Stewart in the back. We have a howitzer. Nope, two howitzers actually. I'm gonna put you guys front and center. Now, are these traditional howitzers that actually do aim up? No. They're aimed pretty level, so no troops out front for them. I am going to put some of my best infantry here in the center and then flank them with volunteers. It's a nice small hill right there. Well, let me get this unit of militia as a standby unit. And the same for this unit of volunteer infantry that I'm going to put in this house. As for the cavalry, yeah, let's do two groups, and you guys are actually dragoons, so I'll keep that in mind. If this drags on for long enough, I could use them as dismounts, but most of the time the battle does go fast enough where that's just really not needed. And is that their... Yep, their Gatling gun. Nasty looking right there. Ooh. Some serious howitzer hits right there. Okay, cavalry, go ahead and start making a slow push on the right and the left. Militia, I want you guys up here protecting the cannons. Let's see, volunteer infantry, you guys come on up too. Actually, militia, you join the main line. Volunteer infantry, you guys come up here for the cannons. I want infantry on the left. And infantry on the right. Don't want to give those Gatling guns a target, though. So hopefully my howitzers will, yep, cut it down quite a bit. That appears to be definitely working. And there go those shells. No hits on the artillery, it looks like. But we did get a few of their infantry. Oh, cavalry charge. Infantry, form up. Canister shot. Canister shot. Actually, no. No, cannons, hold your fire. Hold your fire. Infantry, go ahead and just halt on this hill. Infantry, push up there. Cavalry, charge down into this volunteer infantry. Oh, come on, guys. What kind of lines are those right there? You're just gonna get shot down. Actually, cavalry, bypass the infantry. Let's go right for those cannons while they're unlimbered. Ooh, direct hits from the howitzers on the Yankee infantry. "24 men left in the enemy cavalry. Let's chase them down. The rest of you infantry, go ahead and just charge up as fast as possible. Let's close ranks here. General Stewart, come on up and watch the battle. Oh, cavalry, come on. Engage, let's go. What are you guys doing? Ooh, good howitzer hits right there. I will have them hold fire at this point, so that my cavalry can move in and do some cleanup. Well, that should put down the rebellion out west and let us focus on the definitely larger problems out in the east around DC. That gives us a heroic victory with only 78 men lost. Wow, they lost over 1,000. Top kills outside of the cavalry goes to the howitzers. They definitely did a great job at cutting right through those Union rebels lines. Well, I guess that about wraps things up for this turn. Lots of Union troop movements out in the east still, but nothing I can do about it for now, except for wait to see what happens. And here we have it, guys. The first large attack from the Union. A full-stack army has marched south from Washington, D.C. to attack our capital of Richmond. Our two capitals are, of course, awkwardly right next to each other. General Lee is going to defend with reinforcements from the 2nd Army over here. Let's fight this thing out. Another snowy fight right here. That's an interesting shaped trench right there, but unfortunately that's on the backside of a hill and not much use. But if the Union forces deploy all the way on the other side of the town, where do I deploy? Looks like... oh, there's my line right there. It's very hard to see that brownish color. Well, I'm gonna put my Napoleon cannon right here on the end of these log barricades right here. And then my howitzer, I think I'm going to put actually behind the barricade. Like so. Then line infantry. Up front and center. Confederate Gregg's Brigade. You guys go right here. Actually, no, let's put you guys in the woods. Can you guys hide? Yes, they're hidden. Then Stonewall Brigade with them. More line infantry. And I'm gonna put some, actually no, let's put some sharpshooters right there in the center. Neat, they have some serious packs right there. And some very nice looking rifles. General Lee, come on back here. Confederate cavalry. You guys really aren't much use on the left side because of all the barricades, so honestly, I'm just going to leave all of you guys ungrouped. And I'll have you move out pretty quickly. Irish Brigade, you guys take the left flank here. As for the rest of my infantry, I'll figure out once the fight begins where I actually want my lines to be, because a lot's going to depend on how the Union forces actually deploy. Let's see what happens. Okay, as expected, a lot of troops on this side, but also some on the town side, so... I believe I'm going to have these units here actually fall back and get behind the barricades here. Oh, they can't flank left because that's actually the edge of the map. Maybe just one unit then. Or less. I'm just going to hold you guys in reserve in the center behind the cannons. And they got a nice hit on our cavalry. It's time to get moving. They have a lot of cannons back here. Let's make a charge. Is that their general? Oh, it's General Grant on the left flank watching the fight. I'm sure they're going to move him, but let's get our cavalry charging. I will hold one unit in reserve just over the crest of the hill. Infantry. Try and bribe them into pushing just a bit. We're going to have to actually march out here. General Chamberlain, what are you doing? Greg's brigade taking almost 50% losses. Yep, guys, we're going to have to march out. Someone shoot McClellan. What is he doing? And there he goes. General is dead. Got some Union infantry here. They're about to get enveloped. Their general has very intelligently gotten out of the way. Ooh, we have a lot of movement back here. Rebels, take the hill, take the hill. My reserve cavalry, you're going to have to do some work here. We've got the Union Lightning Brigade pushing up fast. Can't do square formations, so... Well, Pounder and Napoleon, you guys work on those infantry. Confederate howitzer. You guys work on probably these infantry right here. Confederate cavalry, I want all of these artillery units gone right now. Oh yes, we have reinforcements, don't we? That cannon won't do any good back here. Withdraw, withdraw. You are alone back there. The Lightning Brigade is taking losses, but we've got a mess here in the center, being pushed back on several different fronts. Reform lines, men. Come down the hill and reform lines. Even my cavalry is starting to break. Hit those cannons. And hit General Grant, I think that is back there. Get back here, you cowardly cavalry. Napoleon cannon, switch to canister shot.
Forward!
Reserve infantry, go ahead and start moving up. Cavalry, get back in here. Come on, Stonewall Brigade. Okay, we have another howitzer back here. I thought I sent you backwards, but let's just put you on the hill instead. Ooh, there's a lot going on here. Confederate infantry, I want you up the hill here. Come on, cavalry. Mop up those cannons and get moving. We might take a loss here. Howitzers fire across at the infantry here. Our lines are still a bit of a mess over here on the right. And they've broken more of our cavalry, but at least their cannons are gone. There we go. There's some good hits. Can you guys actually fire over those works?
Battalion forward!
Very slowly, apparently. Militia, or no, actually, line infantry. Seal the gap here. Seal the gap. Lines shift. Stonewall Brigade, fall back. Come on, keep hitting them. Keep hitting them. The Army of Northern Virginia is getting hammered here. Alright, break off that attack, cavalry. That's not going to end well. Howitzers, just go ahead and set up, seeing you can't retreat apparently. Fire down on the Union engineers. Some good hits right there in their lines. The engineers are hitting hard here. Stonewall Brigade is fighting hand to hand. I'm going to go ahead and charge in from the side and make sure that they're actually going to retreat. I'm also going to pull most of my cavalry back and let the line infantry do some work here because my cavalry is almost done for. Reform lines, men. Reform lines. Okay, the engineers have formed up. Can you guys actually withdraw that cannon yet? I don't want to lose it. Form up, men. Form up. There we go. Some volunteer infantry. Get up here and hit these guys, these engineers from the side. Ooh, more good cannon hits, this time from the Napoleon. Our lines are thin and spotty. We've lost a significant amount of our overall troop strength. There we go. 22nd Regiment has finally broken. Cannons switch to canister shot. Infantry, let's go ahead and have you guys form up and close in on the last guys here on the left flank. Cavalry, now is your chance to move in and take these guys out. Oh wow, my volunteers have been broken by the Union engineers. But I have a lot more coming in now, and hopefully they'll be able to form up and take those engineers out before they capture my cannons. Which they're about to, it looks like. Oh, you guys are still fighting hand to hand here. My dragoons and this Union militia. Cavalry, get in here and help them. You guys, take the stone fence here. Well, the canister shot appears to be working. This is one very slow firefight. You guys march out that way. You guys come and fill in the gap here. Okay. Cavalry, help them out. Oh, come on, guys. Get behind the wall. Let's go, let's go. The 63rd Regiment of Engineers. These guys are nasty. And at long last, those guys are breaking that Union militia here in the center. So in a minute, I'll be able to focus in on these engineers with the full might, what little might there is left at least, of my cavalry. Come on, guys, advance up towards me, see what happens. Halt. Better than halt. Fall back. At long last, reinforcements are arriving. And you guys are shifting around finally. Okay, men, let's take that hill. Well, they're not taking the bait, so let's just go ahead and surround them. Meet force with force. Taking losses either way. Whew, my cavalry is exhausted. You guys just walk it out for a bit. Cannon, limber up. Let's move you just slightly. Firing right over the hill here. There we go. Let's form those lines up and close the gap. Cannons push up to right here. There we go. The engineers break at last. They inflicted a lot of casualties though. That was rough. Keep firing, men. Keep firing. And we have victory. I am going to chase these guys down because they are in Virginia. I don't want them coming any further than they already have. If they break through my lines, especially here in the east, almost my entire country is undefended. You gotta stop them here and make sure that it sticks. The Union deployed 3,100 troops. The Confederacy deployed almost 5,000. We did lose 1,500, but they lost 2,700. Almost their entire army is gone. The unit that lost the most for us, let's see. Confederate Gregg's Brigade. They are possibly gone for good. I think that might be who I lost. Wait, no. I lost no one, actually, because I'm missing that cannon from sending it to the other army. Yep, it's time to crank up the recruitment here in the east. No more buildings for Richmond just yet. Let's do Confederate Engineers, Volunteer Line Infantry, Sharpshooters, Irish Brigade, Orphan Brigade, Hood's Texans, 3-inch Ordnance Rifle. Get a few of those, and that's gonna definitely fill up the recruitment queue for this turn. Looks like we got some new units here for General Lee's army. Gonna send one unit over here to the new army.
Yes, sir.
Give General Lee the extra howitzer.
March!
And send the sharpshooters for the second army as well. Still no option for any generals here in the east. I guess we really are just out. Well, let's see what else is going on. There's that recruitment. Workers' riot in Ohio. Oh yeah, Mosby's Raiders are gonna have a tough fight ahead of them here.
Sir.
They need replenishing. And I guess Lee's army does as well, so I'll have to cancel a good chunk of that recruitment. Ooh, 7,000 to replenish them. Yeah, that one hurt, guys. That one hurt a lot. Still another 600 needed. I do want those sharpshooters, though, for the second army, so there we go. Full replenishment for Lee's army, and for the second army. That's going to dig through most of our gold, though.
Yes, sir.
Which means that Mosby's Raiders really can't take a whole lot of losses. I can repair the farm, though.
Ready for orders.
General Jackson, get south. And I'll put this militia here in Ohio.
March at the ready.
Mosby, I'm going to actually say you stay out here in the wilderness and watch for this Union raiding army to try to go south towards Kentucky. That would not be good.
Ready and awaiting orders. We shall triumph.
Let's finish off that rebellion.
Virtue and valor unconquered.
And you need 742 for full replenishment. You've only got 350 for now. So even though, guys, that we had been so aggressive in this campaign, all it takes is the Union mobilizing and we start taking some losses. Their forces are just better equipped and better trained than our mostly volunteer army here in the Confederacy. Which is why I can't get complacent even with how well this has gone so far. I've got to break through their stronghold around DC. I think for this next upcoming turn, I'm going to keep marching towards Pennsylvania. Taking that and possibly just burning it to the ground would be a huge blow to the Union. That's a nice chunk of change. It looks like plus 4,000 gold per turn in taxes. That's got to be a significant amount of their economy. I might just burn it down. I doubt I can hold it if they turn back and try and take it back. But also out here in the west, as this cannon races to catch up, we've got a solid fight ahead of us here in the Nebraska Territory.
At the ready.
I think I'm going to go for it and try and wrap up the western part of the campaign. That's going to have to happen next episode, though, because we're almost out of time. But I will check out the history for here in May of 1862. Foreign mediation considered. In 1862, the British considers mediation, but a Union victory at the Battle of Antietam causes them to delay this decision. The Emancipation Proclamation further reinforces the political liability of supporting the Confederacy. And then France also seizes Mexico, and that deters them from war with the Union. And Confederate offers late in the war to end slavery in return for diplomatic recognition are not seriously considered by either London or Paris. Despite those considerations earlier, by the end of the war, they just did not want to get involved. In our campaign, though, things are looking pretty good as long as we can hold the lines here in the east. That's it for now. I'll catch you guys next time. As always, thanks for watching.